Right. In the previous video I told you that I'll tell you about an activity. Okay, now we are going to do that activity. Virtually we do it. Imagine that you are also part of here. Imagine that you are in front of me. Okay. That activity, what is that activity? Now, before we start that activity, let's recollect about the arrangement of molecules in the three states of matter. You have learned this in your lower class, that matter exists in solid, liquid and gas state. Okay? Matter exists in solid, liquids and gases. Okay. So in solids, the molecules are very, very closely packed without any space in between them. Okay. The molecules are very, very tightly packed, very closely packed in case of solids. In case of liquids, there is some space between the molecules. The molecules are, because of the space that is present, they are free to move around. And in gases, there is a lot of space between the molecules. They are not at all closely. Because the intermolecular force between molecules is very, very less in gases. In solids, the molecules are tightly packed. In liquids, they are not very tightly packed, they are loosely packed. But in gases, they are very, very distant from each other. This part we have learned, you learned it in your lower class. Try to recollect that. The three different states of matter, the arrangement of molecules in that. Now, we need that knowledge for this activity. What is our activity? I have some chocolates now. Okay. A handful of chocolates I have. And I want to distribute these chocolates. I have chocolates and then I want to distribute these chocolates. How do I distribute these chocolates? Okay. There are different ways to distribute. One. This is activity 1. Remember, this is the first activity. How I am going to distribute it. Now, all of you are sitting in front of me. There are 5 or 6 of you or some students sitting in front of me in different rooms. I can take this, I can just without moving from my place, I can hand over these chocolates, this packet of chocolates to the first person that is sitting there. Maybe Rupa. Okay. Rupa will take that chocolate, this handful of chocolates. She will take one and then pass it to the next person who is Dhaval. Dhaval will take this one chocolate from that bunch and then he will pass the remaining chocolates to Yoshita. Yoshita will take one and then pass it to the third person, that is Aparna. Aparna will take and then pass it to Ratna. Ratna will take and then pass it to Lakshmi. Lakshmi will take and pass it to Beena. Like that, each one will get one chocolate. No one is moving out of their place. Everyone is sitting in their place, but still each one is receiving their chocolate here. This is activity 1. In activity 1, what we are doing? Neither you are moving and coming to me. No one is moving out of their place. You are sitting in your place, I am in my place. But then you are receiving your chocolate, isn't it? In the second activity, now this is the second activity. Okay. In second activity, what I am going to do is, I will remain here, but then I can call each one, I can still distribute the chocolates by calling each one of you. When I call Rupa, Rupa will come and then take the chocolate from me. Then the next person, Lakshmi will come, take the chocolate. Now Dhaval will come and then take the chocolate. Or Yoshita, she will come and take the chocolate. Or Aparna, she will come and take the chocolate. Okay? Each one will come and take. When I call out your name, you will come and then take the chocolate. Now in the second activity, what are we doing? I am remaining in my place. But then you are all moving out of your place and then coming and then taking chocolate from me. Okay? Second activity, I am in my place, I am not moving. But you are moving, coming and then taking. In the first activity, neither you moved out of your place nor I moved out of my place. But everyone received the chocolate. The second activity, I am remaining in my place, but then you have moved out of your place, come and then receive the chocolate. Okay? Now the third activity. 2 activities are over. This is the third activity. The third activity, what we are going to do? I will remain here, you will remain here, there. Okay? Neither you will move out of your place, nor I will move out of my place. Okay, social distancing. So, but then I can still give you chocolate. How? I can throw the chocolate to maybe to Ratna, then to the next one to Lakshmi, and then to Yoshita, or then to Dhaval, or to Beena, or like that, Aparna. Like that I can throw and then still distribute the chocolates. Isn't it? This is the third activity. In the third activity, what did we do? Third activity, neither I moved out of your place, nor you moved out of the place. But still, you have received the chocolates. In the first activity also, none of us have moved out of the place. Okay, in the second activity, I did not move, but then you have come and then taken the chocolates. Isn't it? This is similar to the heat transfer. Imagine myself to be the source of heat. Suppose if I am the source of heat, I am heat, and all you sitting in front of me are the molecules. Okay. The first activity, what did we do? I am standing here, and then all of you are also in continuation, and then all of you are sitting one next to the other. Okay. And then you have received the chocolates in the first activity. So, if you are molecules and then I am the source of heat, this is how the heat transfer takes place in solids, that is by conduction. In conduction, the molecules are very, very closely packed. Okay, the molecules are very, very closely packed. So, this molecule which receives, this first molecule that receives heat will not move out of its place because there is not much space for it to move. So it will only vibrate in its place and then passes on. Receiving heat, it starts vibrating in its place and then it passes that heat to the next molecule. The next molecule in turn receives the heat and then passes it to the next molecule. Like that, all the molecules, from here also like this. So all the molecules in turn receive the heat like this. And then every molecule gets the heat. Nothing will move out of the place because the molecules are very, very, very tightly packed. This is how heat transfer takes place in solids. This is how transfer of heat takes place by conduction. Okay, in solids, transfer of heat is by conduction. So this is how transfer of heat takes place in conduction. This is the first activity. The second activity. In the second activity, recollect what we have done. I was standing in my place. I did not move. So the source of heat did not move. But the molecules, you have come and then taken the heat. You have taken the chocolate. That means the molecules have moved to the source of heat, received heat and then moved. This is how transfer of heat takes place in liquids and gases. Okay. The transfer of heat takes place by convection in fluids. What is meant by fluid? Fluid is anything that can flow. Okay. Fluid is anything that flows. What flows? Does solid flow? No. You can make a big heap of solid, right? But then can you make a heap of water? It will flow. In the same way, can you make a heap of gas, oxygen? Can we make a heap of it? No. It will also flow. Okay. So, gases and liquids, both of them are fluid. So, transfer of heat in gases and liquid takes place by that. So, how does this transfer of heat takes place here? Here, this molecule receives the heat and then moves to it has lot of space. So, it moves. In turn, the next molecule comes and then takes the heat. And then that's how if you observe when your mother is boiling water, okay, if water is being boiled, you can see the movement of molecules up and down. You can find the movement of water moving like this. This is because this is the source of heat. If this is the source of heat, these molecules that are close to the base of the container, which is receiving heat, will become hot. Okay, anything that is hot becomes light in weight. So these molecules that are present here becomes hot, becomes light in weight, so they move up. And the molecule that is present at the top, the water molecule, the water that is present here, is light in weight. So this water will in turn move on. If it is heavy, it is light, this has less temperature. The molecules which is at the top has less temperature. So this molecule will come down, receive heat, become light in weight, move up. And then the next molecule comes down and then receives heat and go up. That means actually the molecules move to the source of heat, receive the heat, and then it moves up. This is how transfer of heat takes place in liquids, that is by convection. In both liquids and gases, transfer of heat takes place by convection. The third activity. In the third activity, what did we do? In that, neither I moved out of my place. There is no contact. At least in the first one, each one is in contact with the other. Each one is far away, sitting at a distance. But then, still you could receive the heat. So, transfer of heat. Still you have received the chocolates. So, transfer of heat without any medium in between is called as radiation. That's how we receive the heat from sun. So, sun is somewhere far away. Is there anything that is connecting between sun and us? But still we can feel the warmth. It's because transfer of heat takes place by radiation. You need not touch the hot pan. If water is boiling or if there's a candle that is lighted, you need not put your hand on the fire. But then if you put it at a distance also, you can feel the warmth. How do you feel it? It's because of radiation. So here the transfer of heat takes place by radiation. Okay. When there is no medium in between, when there is medium that is solid is the medium, then transfer of heat takes place by conduction. When there is liquid is the medium, then transfer of heat, or fluid is the medium, liquid or gas is the medium, then transfer of heat takes place by convection. And when there is no medium, then transfer of heat takes place by radiation.